Warum jetzt? Erstmal Hallo zusammen für die einschalten und sich das später nochmal ansehen möchten, eventuell, oder alle, die das auf YouTube als Video sehen. Herzlich willkommen. Heute spielen wir Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater von der Master Collection Volume 1. Ich freue mich schon und ich hoffe, ihr habt auch Spaß beim Zusehen. So, bevor es losgeht, muss ich noch eine Kleinigkeit machen. Aber wird nicht so lange dauern. Es ist auch immer ganz merkwürdig, dass immer wenn ich irgendwie streamen möchte, ist immer alles laut. Wenn ich nicht streamen möchte oder nichts am Machen bin, ist immer alles schön ruhig. Ich verstehe es nicht. Na. Ja. Aber schon okay, ich kann es ja nicht anders. So. Nicht lange schnacken, dann legen wir jetzt los. Allein für alle, die sich wundern, das ist tatsächlich die Version von 2012. Aber nochmal in, ich sag mal, 4K aufgelegt, schätze ich mal. Also es sieht schon sehr pornös aus.
Through the night, what a thrill. I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I lie to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I lie to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
So, das war jetzt ein langes Intro, aber war geil. Das Spiel ist fast schon wie so ein Film, also wirklich geil. Und diese Geräuschkulisse jetzt wieder. Ah, schön. Herrlich. So, wir starten ein neues Spiel. Ich wähle irgendwie immer das, keine Ahnung, weil ich irgendwie Schiss hab. Wenn ich es auf schwierig stellen würde, dann wäre es schwierig, ja. Ne, wir stellen es auf sehr einfach, weil das Spiel kann ich echt trocken nehmen.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Jetzt kommt erst mal, was weiß ich, 10 Minuten.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Ja, Snake ist halt eben ein richtiger Profi.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission.
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov, isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why'd he want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war, the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Das hier war jetzt der aufregende Teil der Videosequenz. Gleich wird's schlimmer. Ja, Snake, das war ein knappes Ding, du. Okay, jetzt kommt der langweilige Teil.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes.
That I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send function. Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Danke. Ich weiß nämlich auch, wo mein Lutschsack ist. Er hängt nämlich da schon. Ja, die Steuerung in diesem Spiel ist trotzdem sehr speziell, ne? So. Und Anruf.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer,
Ich skippe das mal gerade hier ein bisschen. Der erklärt mir jetzt eigentlich hier über The Boss und alles Mögliche, was ich wissen muss. Aber das dauert jetzt ewig.
Try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
In diesem Spiel ist es wichtig, sich anzupassen hier mit Tarnung und Co. Ne? Sprich, oben rechts sehen wir meinen aktuellen Sichtbarkeitszustand, also zu wie viel Prozent ich sichtbar bin. Und ja, das Ganze müssen wir eigentlich von Terrain zu Terrain ändern. Terrain, keine Ahnung. Jetzt sind wir 90%, aber es gibt so einen kleinen Trick. Und zwar mit der EZ-Gun haben wir immer 80%, egal wo ich bin, egal wie es aussieht. Und die sehen mich sehr spät. Deshalb werde ich das Spiel zu 90% mit der EZ-Gun spielen. Das ist eine Betäubungspistole, sprich ich mache ja, keinen Schaden, aber es sieht lustig aus, wenn die Leute umfallen und schlafen. So könnte man im Prinzip auch den Pazifisten-Modus spielen. Ich glaube, ich habe schon was Wichtiges verpasst, ach, ist egal. Selbst Krokodile gehen dann schlafen schon. Aber nicht so schnell. Ich glaube, die brauchen die doppelte Packung. Ah, sobald man sie berührt, werden sie aber trotzdem wach. Und alles Weitere erkläre ich dann später. Wenn wir weiter voranschreiten, wie es mit Heilung aussieht und allem drum und dran. Aber ich meine, die haben das Spiel echt schön hinbekommen. Das heißt, die ersten Gegner werde ich ja, auf eine lustige Art und Weise platt machen. Weil ich eigentlich direkt denen vom Gesicht stehen werde, wenn ich die verprügel. Also.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s. and grenades.
Jetzt kommt wieder.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen.
The
The
boss.
success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the Camo Index. The Camo Index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
The Boss kann es besser erklären als ich. Aber mit der EZ-Gun ist das eigentlich scheißegal, weil man schickt die einfach ins Reich der Träume und dann passt das schon. Wenn ich das Spiel auf schwer stellen würde, würde ich beim ersten Mal entdeckt werden, wird der Spielstand gelöscht und du fängst komplett von vorne an. Sprich, wenn du ganz am Ende entdeckt wirst, ist dein Spielstand am Arsch. Nur mal so nebenbei erwähnt, also. Siehst du, die kriegen mich so an sich nicht mit. Das macht das Ganze umso lustiger. Auch der hier sieht mich nicht, obwohl er mich schon längst hätte bemerken müssen. Auch wenn ich jetzt hier nicht hin muss, ich will es trotzdem einsammeln. Ich muss später mal gucken, wo man das Ding wieder herbekommt. Und hiervon gibt es, glaube ich, 50 Stück im Spiel. Und ich glaube, man muss auch alle 50 anschießen, dann kriegst du irgendwas für. Aber das müsste ich mal ein andermal machen. Ah ne, doch, war richtig. Rucksack. Hier musst du auch, oder kannst du auch deine Waffen und alles umbauen, oder deinen Rucksack besser gesagt, umbefüllen. Aber das wird sich gleich oder im Laufe des Spiels alles erklären. Es gibt doch verschiedene Möglichkeiten, das zu spielen. Das ist schon. Hi. Guck mal, wie der vor den Bienen wegrennt und seine Kumpels da hinten auch. Ja. Und ganz da hinten kommt doch noch so ein Ahnungsloser, der rennt da direkt mit weg. So, hier unter der Brücke gibt's Waffen, aber brauche ich nicht, weil die werden wir später holen. Und wenn ich mir hier zu lange Zeit lasse, dann kommen mir die Tiere auch wieder entgegen. Ja, Entschuldigung, falls ich mich zu viel räusper, aber ich habe mich irgendwie erkältet. Keine Ahnung.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. And do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Also ich finde das Spiel schon sehr, sehr geil. Blöd ist, dass man nach der Videosequenz immer die Waffen wechselt. Das heißt, ich will ja keinen Alarm auslösen hier. Die sehen mich wirklich, wirklich sehr, sehr, sehr spät. Ne? Also hier kann ich ganz beruhigt rumlaufen. Es bleibt immer bei 80% Tarnung. Oh, hi. Schön, dass Sie reinschauen.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of GRU. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
The boss.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts.
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Küsst euch. Ach so. Oh, dieses Gebabbel, ne?
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
No one spotted me.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
So, jetzt treffen wir auf ein altes Gesicht. Ja, in diesem Fall ein junges Gesicht. Jetzt ist das wieder so geil, dieser Charme dahinter einfach. Ja, schon, aber spielen. Mal was Neues in HAC wäre schon sehr geil. Aber wir reden gleich richtig drüber.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss. Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. Huh. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Josh.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the Gru.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
Crew operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die. Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Da wirkt der Betäubungsfall.
You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog! Pretty good.
Im Nahkampf sollte man sich nicht mit Snake anlegen. Nur The Boss kann das. Und jetzt kommt erst wieder ein Telefonat.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgan.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgan's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Ja, ich wünschte, ich hätte auch eine Oma, die ich anrufen kann dafür. Erstmal eine verpassen. Was ich auch geil finde, wenn du so durch diese Bewusstlos oder Leichen rennst, der geht auch ganz vorsichtig durch, ne? Weil die könnten ja aufwachen. Wieder auf die EZ-Gun wechseln. Was in diesem Spiel auch geil ist, du kannst es auch so spielen. So wie die früheren Metal Gear Teile oder halt eben wirklich so So, wir werden auch gleich den Boss kennenlernen. Aber ich sollte nicht zu viel verraten. Hey ho.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished!
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look,
So Shaggerhart, oder wie er heißt. Shaggerhart oder so.
That's what they were making you build.
yes, the Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War.
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Hallöchen. Ewig nichts mehr von dir gehört. Aber ich muss gleich reden. Erst. Ich darf gleich erst reden. Jetzt wird es spannend.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets?
Mir stellt sich zwar die Frage, wie die Hornissen da fliegen können unterm Heli, aber okay.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back,
The end.
boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself.
Jetzt kommt Volgan.
It's raining blood.
War das, glaube ich, Sophia
Is he
oder The
crying?
Fury oder so? Da ist Volgan.
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Pfirsichbacke.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
The new blood has been rejected.
Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away.
Eine Stunde vom Stream rum und ich habe vielleicht 1% der Story gespielt. Noch nicht mal, also. Dieses Gespräch skippe ich jetzt, der erklärt mir jetzt, wie ich Wunden versorge. So, schlimme Schnittwunde. Ups. So. Ja, weiß ich. Achso. So, Verband. Das. Wieder schlimme Schnittwunde, Desinfektion. Kompresse, Verband, Nadel und Faden. Was haben wir hier? Das gleiche wieder. Knochenbruch. Verband und Schiene. Schnittwunde. Und was haben wir hier? Knochenbruch. So.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Entschuldigung für das ganze Geräusch, aber das liegt Snake.
Shagohod.
Das ist ein unendlich geiles Game. Du hast so viele Möglichkeiten. Du kannst in diesem Spiel Gegner töten, bevor du eigentlich gegen sie kämpfen musst. Sprich, du kannst einen Gegner, bei dem du eine Dreiviertelstunde nur am Kriechen bist, kannst du vorher, eine halbe Stunde, Stunde vorher, einfach mit einem Headshot erledigen. Aber das macht ja keinen Spaß.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch.
Ja, die bleiben hochgeladen.
Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death.
UKGB.
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
Jawohl, hier auch. Sag den anderen einen schönen Gruß. Viel Spaß dir auch. Und gute Flächle.
Colonel!
Ja, der hat ein Bömpchen abgefeuert, ne? Und Snake war so clever und hat reingeguckt. Ja, hier sieht man, dass ich gestern schon ein bisschen gespielt habe. Ich war gestern schon beim dritten Mal automatischen Speichern, so in der gleichen Zeit. So, das hatten wir eben schon, deshalb skippe ich das jetzt.
Currently flying over the Arctic Ocean, altitude 30,000 feet, approaching Soviet airspace. Arriving at the designated drone launch point. Drone oil pressure and voltage are nominal. Payload oxygen supply is nominal. Power supply to payload antifreeze system shows no problems. No gusts. All systems go for drone detachment.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here. We can't get as close to the ground as we did during the Virtuous mission. So instead, we'll be using one of our newest weapons. Snake, you're being given an honor on par with Alan Shepard. This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most advanced ICUs in the world?
Would you do me a favor and tell the suits about visiting hours? I'll never get better with them assaulting me day and night with their questions.
Must be part of the top brass's inquiry.
More like an interrogation. According to them, I'm a traitor and an accomplice to the boss's defection.
They're just looking for a scapegoat.
Does that mean they're after you, too?
Let's just say neither one of us is going to be made a national hero out of this.
Does this mean Fox is going to die?
No. This fox is still one step ahead of the hounds. The reason I came to see you today, Jack, it's time for Fox to clear its name.
What are you talking about?
The situation has changed. We've still got a chance to come out of this one alive.
Yeah, what kind of chance?
Don't get too excited. Here, have a cigar. It's Cuban. This morning, I had a meeting with the CIA.
They decided when they're going to execute us?
No. Something even bigger. Yesterday, the White House received an unexpected call.
President Johnson? Yes, I hear you, Mr. Chairman.
It was a hotline call from Khrushchev to President Johnson.
From the head of the Soviet Union?
That's right.
A few days ago, one of our country's main design bureaus, OKB 754, was destroyed in a nuclear explosion. At about the same time, our anti-aircraft radar picked up a signature that appeared to come from one of your military aircraft. Does any of this sound familiar to you? In retaliation, I have placed our armed forces on secondary alert. Depending on your response, I may be left with no choice but to order the military to maximum alert and unleash Armageddon. With the help of your predecessor, I was able to survive the Cuban incident. But my power is not as great as it once was. If I am to survive this crisis, I must have your full cooperation.
I should have contacted you myself. Did you know that one of our soldiers defected to your country a week ago?
No.
So you haven't heard then? The man who arranged the defection was a GRU colonel by the name of Yevgeny Borosovich Volgin.
Volgin? Of the Brezhnev faction. Go on. Who is the soldier?
Her name is the Boss. She's a living legend. During World War II, she was the one who led us to victory in that war. In Russia, you know her as Voyevoda.
You mean the Boss? The mother of your special forces?
Yes, that's the one. And she took 2
shells.
I'm afraid so. I believe they were a gift for her new hosts. The Davy Crockett Atomic Battle Group delivery system was completed 2 years ago. Serious problems were found with the launcher's range and precision. Although they were mass-produced, they've never been deployed in battle.
But Sokolov's research facility was completely wiped out. The whole area is polluted.
I can only offer you my deepest condolences over this terrible tragedy.
So, the Boss, with Colonel Volgin's help, stole 2 experimental nuclear shells and took them with her as gift when she defected. Then, shortly thereafter, Sokolov's design lab, a top-secret military research facility, was destroyed by one of these weapons. Am I right so far?
Yes, that's correct.
And the American government denies any involvement in the affair. Is that right as well?
That's correct. We were not involved in any way.
Then what was a U.S. military aircraft doing on our radar screen? It was clearly in violation of our airspace. And yet you say it was not acting under your orders.
That's correct.
You expect me to believe that this was all the work of a single soldier?
I don't know what else to tell you.
The Army insists that this is all a ploy on your part.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. Our government had nothing to do with it.
And I would like dearly to believe you. However, I'm afraid my power over the military has weakened since the Cuban incident. I will need some kind of proof that this was not the action of the American government. You have 1 week. You must catch the Boss yourselves and recover the remaining nuclear device. Then, you must find some way to prove your innocence.
Prove our innocence?
Yes, preferably something painful. Prove to me that this is not merely another one of your tricks.
The Boss should be close to Colonel Volgin. How about a little co-action?
I would not expect too much if I were you. The political situation here is unstable. And Colonel Volgin is a member of the Brezhnev faction, which seeks to topple my government. 1 week. You have only 1 week. And if it is not too much to ask, do something about Volgin as well.
What is that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It means nothing. Call it a modest gentleman's agreement to ensure our continued relationship.
What if we can't prove our innocence?
Then I will be unable to restrain the military. I will be ousted, and they will seek their revenge.
A nuclear attack on the United States?
I leave the disposal of this situation entirely to your discretion, Mr. President.
Disposal?
If you fail, it will mean the beginning of a new world war.
To put it simply, in order to avoid a full-scale nuclear conflict, we have to prove that America was not involved in that explosion.
And eliminating the boss ourselves will prove America's innocence?
Right. The higher-ups have decided that you're the only one capable of pulling this off. You were her last apprentice. Screw this one up, and we'll both be 6 feet under. There's no choice.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
You mean the 2 NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Volgin's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Control. Unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
So, jetzt kommt noch ein ellenlanges Telefonat und da können wir loslegen. Aber Snake. Der Kerl muss was mitmachen, ne?
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Loud and clear. Glad to see you landed safely.
I got blown pretty far off target.
Snake, let's go over your mission objectives one more time. Rescue Sokolov. Find out what's happened to the Shagohod, then destroy it. And finally, eliminate the boss.
Eliminate the boss?
This mission will be codenamed Operation Snake Eater.
Because I'll be taking on the boss in our Cobra unit, right?
Don't forget about Colonel Volgin.
I'm not a hired killer.
I know, but that was the Kremlin's demand.
Demand? You mean it wasn't just a request? What's it to us if the Khrushchev regime is threatened by the Colonel and his faction?
If supporting the current regime helps us avoid a nuclear exchange, then that's what we'll do.
And what are the CIA's demands?
Our priorities are the rescue of Sokolov and the destruction of the Shagohod.
Roger that, Major Tom.
Hold on, Snake.
What now?
I'm changing my codename. It turns out Tom wasn't the most auspicious choice.
What do you mean?
Well, the truth is, when I chose my codename, I picked the wrong one.
The wrong one?
Did you ever see the movie The Great Escape? It came out last year.
Oh, must have missed that one.
Anyway, it's based on a true story about prisoners who escaped from a POW camp in Nazi Germany. The prisoners dig 3 tunnels as part of their plan, but the Nazis find 2 of the tunnels before they're finished. The prisoners succeed in escaping by using the last remaining tunnel. The names of those 3 tunnels were Dick, Harry, and Tom.
I get it. You used the name of the tunnel they escaped in as your code name because you thought it would bring you good luck.
Yes, that's exactly right. At least, that was the plan.
But
But I got the name wrong. The one they escaped in was Harry. Tom was one of the unlucky tunnels. It was discovered by the Nazis before it was finished. I watched the movie again just to make sure. In fact, I even ordered the actual film from the movie company.
yeah, it doesn't sound like the greatest name to use. So what should I call you?
You know, let's just use Zero, like we've been doing all along.
All right then. Major Zero it is. We'll start over from square one.
From square 0. My frequency is 140.85. Oh, I almost forgot. Paramedic is with us again on this mission.
Is this her last chance too?
If we fail, she'll have her medical license revoked. It's more or less the same kind of fate. Her frequency is the same as during the Virtuous mission, 145.73. She'll be recording your mission data as well, just like the last time. That frequency is also the same, 140.96. And there's one more person on your support team. His name is Mr. Sigint. He's an expert on the latest in weapons and equipment technology. You'll be going up against some of the world's most advanced weaponry when you infiltrate the research facility. If you have any questions, just ask him. His frequency is 148.41.
Mr. Sigint. Got it.
Adam, your KGB contact, is waiting for you at the abandoned factory up ahead.
The same factory Sokolov was being held in last week.
Yes, meet up with Adam first. He's cleared the way for you to rescue Sokolov.
How will I know this Adam guy when I see him?
You'll know once you reach the factory. The whole area's been polluted by the fallout from that nuclear blast. No one else would dare come close. The password is, "Who are the Patriots?" and Lali Lule Lo.
Lali Lule Lo. Gotcha.
You've been equipped with a 45 for this mission. Be careful, it's noisy.
I thought standard Fox procedure was procure on-site weapons acquisition.
The circumstances are different this time. You're now on an official mission for the United States government. It would be necessary to make your presence known to a certain extent, to the Khrushchev regime at the very least. But remember, this is still a sneaking mission. Snake, if you fail this mission, it will mean an all-out nuclear war. Keep that in mind and proceed with extreme caution.
Understood. Commencing Operation Snake Eater.
Junge, so. Und schau mal, wo wir gelandet sind. Warte. Ah, ich dachte, hier wäre der Baum, wo mein Rucksack dran hing. Ja. Es wird unmöglich sein, hier alle zu finden. Aber ich versuch's trotzdem. So. Wir gehen jetzt wieder zur Fabrik zurück. Da, wo wir eben den anderen Dude da gefunden haben. Und dann schauen wir mal. Ich finde das hier in dem Spiel doch beeindruckend. Wenn du speicherst, reden die über Filme. Okay. Guck mal, da hängt eine Schlange am Baum. Jetzt kommt die nächste Videosequenz, aber die ist gut.
Looks like death wasn't ready for you yet.
Boss.
That arm still hurt?
What are you doing here?
Den Anzug kennen wir auch aus Phantom Pain. Und wieder fragt.
Go home. Go home. Gru and my sons are waiting up ahead. You don't have a prayer of finishing your mission. You're not even armed.
Boss!
There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss. There's no need to prove that you are virtuous here. This isn't America. That should stir things up a bit. You'd better hurry. The border is 60 miles south of here. You ought to be able to run that far.
Why'd you defect?
I didn't. I'm loyal to the end, to my purpose. What about you, Jack? What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your old mentor? The mission or your beliefs? Your duty to your unit or your personal feelings? You don't know the truth yet. But sooner or later, you'll have to choose. I don't expect you to forgive me. But you can't defeat me either. You know me too well. Just look at that bandana. If you can't put the past behind you, you won't survive long. If we meet again, I'll kill you. Now, go home.
Tja, eigentlich meint es ja nur gut.
This is Snake. Major Zero.
I read you, Snake.
I was ambushed by the boss.
You were what?
The drone's been shot to hell. It's up in flames.
That's not good. Enemy scouts are going to come looking for you.
Yeah, I know. But what was the boss doing here in the first place? There's got to be a leak somewhere.
No, that's impossible. The man the boss is working with, Volgin, isn't exactly on speaking terms with Khrushchev.
I lost my gun. The boss destroyed it.
Snake, I know how you're feeling. It's hard for me to believe, too, that a legendary hero like the boss would go over to the Russians. That she'd double-cross us like this. But that's how it is, and if you don't accept it, you'll never be able to beat her.
That's not the problem. In terms of sheer technique, I'll never be able to beat her. I know that all too well.
You've got to do it, Snake. She's your enemy and your objective.
Enemy? We were together for 10 years, and now you tell me she's my enemy?
Enough. Hurry to the factory where Adam is waiting. Scouts have probably already been sent out to investigate the explosion. You've lost your weapon, right? That means you've got no chance of winning in a battle situation. Whatever you do, don't let them see you.
Ja. Ich lasse mich schon nicht sehen, keine Sorge. Ich habe immer noch meine Lieblingsknarre. So, wo ist das Schiff? Die Drohne jetzt hin? Ach ja. Junge, dieser scheiß Frosch im Hals, ne?
What's this? HQ? What's wrong?
What's going on? Respond.
Thema erledigt.
Something wrong. Support unit, confirm their status.
Oh. R.O. So, hier, das kennen wir ja, das Terrain. Hey, die rennen jetzt hier rüber gucken, was da mit dem Spätrupp los ist. Hey, guck da. Hey, guck ihn die an. Ich liebe es, es macht so Spaß. Es ist halt eben nur blöd, dass das Nachtsichtgerät, das Wärmebildkamera nicht mehr hier ist, da wo sie beim letzten Mal war. Das finde ich sehr schade. Weil das hätte ich gerne gehabt. So, hier soll auch irgendwo ein Frosch sitzen, aber ich habe jetzt keine Lust, den großartig suchen zu gehen. Naja, auf jeden Fall können wir jetzt mal ein bisschen länger spielen, bis die nächste Videosequenz kommt. Die wird nämlich kommen. Und zwar spätestens, wenn wir in dieser Fabrik ankommen. Und wie beim ersten Mal fällt der junge Herr da drauf rein. Er hat sich hier ein luftiges Plätzchen zum Schlafen ausgesucht. So, und jetzt gehen wir auch dahin, wo ich beim ersten Mal nicht hin wollte, weil es ehrlich gesagt keinen Sinn gemacht hat. Hier bin ich doch beim ersten Run, oder hier sterbe ich eigentlich regelmäßig. Weil hier verdrücke ich mich mal ganz gerne und dann falle ich da runter. Wenn du da die Auswahl hast zwischen Dreieck und X, ja, dann verdrückst du dich, dann drückst du X und dann fällt er da runter. Also, ja, dann ist er Dude. D-U-D, Dude. So. Ah, warte mal. Bewegungsmelder. Ich glaube, jetzt ist noch alles ruhig, aber gleich geht hier die Post ab. Ah, hier, das kennen wir ja schon. Hier waren wir ja schon bald. Haha, ja, die bekannten Kartons. Hier hat er beim letzten Mal ja die Sachen verbrannt. Und Video.
Sorry I'm late.
Cut the engine. They'll hear us.
Are you the agent they sent?
Are you Adam? I thought you were supposed to be a man.
Adam couldn't make it.
All right, say the password. Who are the Patriots? Who are the Patriots? Answer me! Trapped.
Get down! There is your answer.
Und jetzt gleich schon wieder ein bisschen Fanservice. Na, erkennt man sie? Ja, ist wie ein gestört, dann draufklotzen.
This wasn't part of the plan. What happened to Adam?
What's your code name?
It's Snake.
Snake, huh? Well, I'm Eva. Are you here to tempt me?
What happened to Adam?
Colonel Volgan is a very suspicious man. He decided Adam wasn't the right person for this mission.
And you were.
Yes,
Why?
because I can do things he can't.
I heard you used to be a codebreaker for the NSA.
I was. 4 years ago, I defected to the Soviet Union with Adam.
Mauser military. The broom handle.
It packs quite a punch. Nice to have when you're on a bike.
You held it sideways and used the muzzle jump to create a horizontal sweep. That was impressive.
Bet you've never seen that technique in the West.
It's imitation, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a Chinese Type 17 pistol. Around here, even that's hard to come by. Don't worry, though. The one I've got
Hier
for
hat man
you
ein
is
ganz
American.
spezielles Geschenk für ihn.
.45, huh? Incredible.
Do you like it?
The feeding ramp is polished to a mirror sheen. The slide's been reinforced, and the interlock with the frame is tightened for added precision. The sight system is original too. The thumb safety is extended to make it easier on the finger. A long type trigger with non-slip grooves. A ring hammer. The base of the trigger guard's been filed down for a higher grip. And not only that, nearly every part of this gun has been expertly crafted and customized. Where'd you get something like this?
I grabbed it from a Western munitions armory. It probably used to belong to one of your officers, and there are more where that came from. You had this with you, didn't you? Better take this too.
What's that?
A disguise to make you look like a scientist.
A disguise?
Yes. You're here to rescue Sokolov, right?
Sokolov's still safe then.
Yes. He's being forced to continue his work on the Shagohod.
Where?
At the lab. They've got a whole army of scientists there developing new weapons. Security is tight, but if you disguise yourself as a scientist, you might be able to sneak in.
Can we get Sokolov out of there?
We'll see, won't we?
Tell me how to get to the lab.
The safest way in is from or through the jungle. You'll come to a heliport used for shipping materials. Pass the heliport and continue north, and there will be a large crevice. Descend into that area, and you'll reach a cave. Move through the cave, and you will arrive at a mangrove swamp. After the swamp, there'll be a warehouse. Make your way through the warehouse and you'll come out just south of the lab.
Got it.
And just what are you doing there?
In close-range combat, a knife can sometimes be more useful than a gun. By doing this, I'll be able to hold a knife at the same time and still keep the gun steady. That way, I can instantly switch between a gun battle and a knife fight. Right, let's get going.
Wait a minute.
What now?
You must be tired. Why don't you take a little rest?
I'll be fine.
You'll never make it in your condition. It's a jungle out there. There's still an hour before dawn. It's dangerous to be out in the jungle at night without a guide.
What about you?
I have to get back. I can't be gone for too long. They'll start to suspect something. Don't worry. I'll keep you updated over the radio.
That's it?
My orders are to provide you with information, nothing more. You look disappointed. All right, then. I'll do something special for you. I'll stand watch until dawn. Now be a good boy and lie down. What's the matter?
I don't know you well enough to trust you.
How well do you have to know me to trust me?
I don't know if I can trust anybody.
Gonna get that?
She's right, Snake. You should get some sleep. Although in your condition, you really ought to be back in the ICU. Whenever you save the game and quit, you'll go to sleep. Sleeping allows you to gain back stamina naturally. Depending on how long you sleep, you may also recover naturally from sickness and injury. When you're tired or hurt, the best thing to do is just get some sleep. So do yourself a favor and take a nap. Doctor's orders, okay?
Yeah, okay.
So. Jetzt bin ich fast so weit, wie ich gestern war. Ihm gefällt die Knarre. Fanservice.
What's the matter?
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry. Don't forget your gear. Here, give me a hand.
Die das nicht hören draußen, es sind alle Fenster frech.
We can use this to get to the basement. Damn it, Ocelot. I'll get past them on my bike. I'll call you later.
Okay, I'll keep them busy. Huh?
Don't go dying on me now.
Where'd he go? What's wrong? What? What's wrong?
Alter, hat der mich jetzt erschreckt? Okay. Hat der mich erschreckt? Ja, lass mich schon mal rankommen, junger Freund. Wie viele Feinde sind es denn noch? 2. Einer.
Where did that come from?
So. Wie ging das jetzt weiter? Nein, unser guter alter Freund Ocelot wartet ja hier noch irgendwo. Den haben wir ja eben im Video, also in der Sequenz gesehen. Ja, beim letzten Mal war ich auf dem Dach und wollte runter, da hat er mich dann bemerkt. Und wir müssen ihn treffen. Ah.
I've been waiting for this moment.
Die Patrone von eben.
That's it. That's the stance. I don't think so. What? A female spy? This bitch is wearing perfume. Stay where you are. I've had enough of your judo.
I see you've got yourself a single-action army.
That's right. There'll be no accidents this time.
You call that an accident? Well, it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't been showing off.
What did you say?
It's a nice gun, I'll give you that. But the engraving gives you no tactical advantage whatsoever. Unless you were planning to auction it off as a collector's item. And you're forgetting one more very basic thing. You don't have what it takes to kill me.
We'll see.
Ja, leicht übertrieben.
Six shots. That thing only carries 6 shots. The Makarov carries 8. You have to get a feel for how many you have left.
Guck mal die Reifenspuren in seinem Gesicht an. Darfst du?
This is a high-class weapon. It's not meant for shooting people.
Damn! This isn't over yet.
Don't.
Why?
He's still young.
You'll regret stopping me.
Ja, in
Damn it.
diesem Spiel. Weil, wie wir ja schon bei Phantom Pain gesehen haben, wird Ocelot uns noch das Leben retten. Ich guck mich hier aber nochmal um, weil irgendwo muss dieses scheiß Infrarotvisier hier rumliegen. Bemalung Zombie? What the fuck? Geil. Kann man ja lassen, weil ich hatte eh die EZ-Gun, also es ist eigentlich egal. So, in dem anderen Spielstand bin ich nur ein paar 100 Meter weiter gelaufen. Man hat doch schon einen Herzinfarkt gekriegt, so einen halben. Mal gucken, wie ich mich nachher da durchboxe. Weil hier sind noch so ein paar Sachen, die ich gestern nicht gesammelt habe. Weil ich es einfach übersehen habe. Gucken, ob es hier oben was Schönes gibt. Ach ja, die AK. Die durfte aber eigentlich nicht zum Einsatz kommen. Ja, die hat ihr Motorrad hier geparkt. Und wie wir schon festgestellt haben, Ocelot ist eigentlich ein ziemliches Opfer. Der kriegt ja hier von allem und jedem aufs Maul. Ich weiß jetzt halt eben nur nicht, ob es hier unten noch was zu holen gibt. Außer Mäuse und Schlangen. Ja, ich glaube, hier gibt's nichts mehr. So, ich gehe nochmal flott aufs Dach gucken. Ich muss aber auch ehrlich sein, ich weiß gar nicht mehr, wo man das Wärmebild herbekommt. Auf jeden Fall gibt's das später wieder. Das ist sehr praktisch. Hier muss man halt eben nur mal auf alles so klarkommen. Ja, es ist sehr clever, in Gewässer zu gehen, wo Krokodile drin rumschwimmen. Aber wenn man doch so eine schicke EZ-Gun hat, dann kann man sich ja auch ein Stück weit verteidigen. Nur hier muss ich schnell raus, weil, wie soll es auch anders sein, man kann sich Blutegel hier einfangen. Und das muss ja nicht sein. Da kommt was. Schon wieder erschreckt.
Snake, are you there?
Eva,
Did you miss me?
did you make it without any trouble?
No one saw me.
So you're back with Vulcan.
In a matter of speaking.
What about the boss?
Yeah, she's here too.
Better be careful.
Thanks, I will. The boss and I get along pretty well, though. I guess we traitors have a lot in common.
Why would anyone want to defect? Betraying your country like that, I just don't get it.
Are you talking about the boss?
Why do you do it? Weren't you born and raised in America?
Yes, in a small rural town. I never even knew there were other countries, other cultures, other ways of thinking, until I went to work for the NSA. And one day, I found I'd lost faith in the things I'd been taking for granted.
What did you see? What was it that made you want to change sides?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
Try me.
I saw the universe.
The universe?
Not the actual universe. The universe as the intelligence community sees it. I realized that the gravity in this universe was holding me back. That's all. People and countries are both changed by their environment and by the times.
That sounds like what the boss was saying.
There's a world of difference between this country and America. But it's only a difference of position, a difference of perspective. Coming here made me realize something. Half of what I'd been told was a complete and utter lie. The other half was a conveniently constructed lie.
Where's the truth, then?
It's hidden in the lies.
Are you lying, too?
Who knows? I've been trained to make even the most severe falsehood sound like the honest truth. Weren't you?
No. I believe because I have to, even if it is a lie. That's part of my mission.
I'll have to remember that. If you need me, give me a call on the radio. My frequency is 142.52. See ya.
Dann wissen wir darüber auch mal Bescheid. Kann ich noch ein paar Sachen in Sammler. Da schwimmen wir mal flott zurück und dann Abi. Gucken wir mal, dass wir ein bisschen vorankommen. Ja, dieses Geräusch, was ich gerade vernommen habe, war nicht gut. Sag ich doch. Blutegel am Körper. Was brauche ich denn da? Ah, stopp. Ah, jetzt ist zu spät. Da brauchst du ja nur eine Zigarre, das reicht ja, um die runterzubrennen. Macht natürlich Sinn. So, und hier hatte ich gestern einen halben Herzinfarkt. Problem ist, ich weiß immer noch nicht, wie ich an den Dingern vorbeikomme, ohne dass ich mich erschrecke. Weil die Dinger da, Claymores, die liegen hier überall, da hinten, da. Und an denen gilt es, sich vorbeizuschleichen. Aber kommst du zu nah ran, macht's kabum.
Patrol here. We found signs of an intruder. Commence alert formation. Acknowledge. Sending reinforcements. Use extra caution.
Aber ich habe gestern schon gesehen, wenn ich dicht hier am Zaun bleibe, sollte ich an den Claymores vorbeikommen. Ich habe aber auch leider nichts bei mir, was mir dabei helfen würde. Ja, gestern habe ich mich sicher gefühlt. Und bin dann hier rüber marschiert und hier irgendwo liegt auch eine. Ach, hier direkt vor mir. Da bin ich gestern drüber und hab mich erstmal mega verjagt. Heute probiere ich es mal anders. Ich muss ja irgendwie über diesen Zaun drüber kommen. Wo ist der andere Hund? Und ich glaube, hier gibt es schon überall Fallen im Boden, wo du stirbst, wenn du reinfällst. Aber irgendwie... Wir sollen erstmal schön schlafen. Gut, zurück komme ich jetzt glaube ich eh nicht mehr. Aber ich gehe mal gerade hier hoch.
This is HQ. Patrol here. Unable to locate the problem. What's going on? Respond. What's going on out there?
Weil hier sind noch überall wieder Fallen. Ach, guck mal, wer da hinten steht. Die gute EZ-Gun. Sonst würde ich das hier nicht so stehen. Aber ich habe bis jetzt noch keinen getötet. Also ich selber habe noch keinen getötet. Also. Oh, hier bin ich ja sogar schon richtig. Dann gehen wir gerade mal noch hinten rüber gucken, was das ist. Ach so. Hier kannst du auch eine mega Schießerei anfangen. Aber das muss ja nicht sein. Ja, hier kann man dann noch alles in die Luft jagen, wenn man da Bock drauf hat. Bei denen ja Funk zerstören und so. Das sind aber nur so in Klammern unwichtige Kleinigkeiten. Ich möchte jetzt in erster Linie mal gucken, ob man hier irgendwo das Infrarot herbekommt. Ich habe auf jeden Fall schon TNT gekriegt. Das ist ja schon mal ganz lustig. Damit könnte ich die Kommunikation von denen lahmlegen in diesem gewissen Bereich. Aber ich habe eigentlich nicht vor, mich großartig bemerkbar zu machen, weil es ist ja eine Schleichmission. Ja, und Snake kann die Türen auch richtig leise öffnen. Oh. Was soll der denn denken? Geht die Tür auf, so schön leise, liebevoll, und da kriegst du direkt ins Maul gehauen. Oh. Guck mal, der schläft immer noch. Also der Stoff, der muss gut sein, den ich ihm hier verabreicht habe. Gucken wir mal an. Hier gibt es tatsächlich noch versteckte Sachen. Die ganzen Bemalungen. Nur manchmal ist die Steuerung ein bisschen kacke, so mit dem Hoch- und Runterklettern. Gucken, was es hier noch gibt. Ja, und man kann den hier die Nahrungsquelle abschneiden und so, das ist aber nicht so. Ja, ich finde das schon recht assi, aber im Krieg und in der Liebe ist alles erlaubt. Da hinten ist, glaube ich, noch ein Karton oder so. Und ich muss sagen, grafisch geht das hier, grafisch geht das hier voll klar. Ah ne, das heißt so ein Tittenheft. Das kannst du aufgeklappt irgendwo hinlegen und dann sind die Gegner abgelenkt und beeindruckt. Kann auch relativ nützlich sein. Das ist Munition. Ja, das kannst du für die wie so eine Falle auslegen und die fallen noch immer drauf rein. Mal gucken hier hoch. Oh, Akkustand von meinem Controller ist niedrig, sprich der hält noch so eine halbe Stunde rum. Ist an sich schon krass bewacht hier alles, ne? Habe ich jetzt hier gerade was gesehen? Oder war das jetzt nur... Weil hier war ich doch schon drin. Ich dachte, hier hätte sich was gedreht irgendwo. Ach, guck mal. Der Kollege ist schon wieder wach. Ja, das heißt, der da hinten ist auch wach. Ah, ist egal, die können ja jetzt schlafen. Ich gehe mal hier lang. Ja.
Ah, you're here at last. Looks like the boss's info was right. Twice now you've made me taste bitter defeat. I hate to disappoint the Cobras, but you're mine now. All of you, leave us.
Ich weiß nicht, warum er die jetzt beigerufen hat, aber er will ein 1 gegen 1.
No one to get in our way. Ocelots are proud creatures. They prefer to hunt alone. This time I've got 12 shots.
Ach komm, Ocelot ist ein guter Kerl.
Okay. Draw.
Ich hab wieder keine Waffe ausgerüstet.
Major, coming to your assistance. Fire! Shot. Not bad, eh? You won't get away from me! I felt that. You fool!
Das bringt mir jetzt hier nichts großartig, mich hinzustellen. Und jetzt hier, wie heißt das? Auf Schusswaffe zu wechseln. Ja, der wird nämlich gleich einfach K.O. gehen. Ich glaube, es gibt doch ein Achievement, wenn du das Spiel als Pazifist durchspielst. Das wird sich später zwar als sehr schwierig gestalten, aber irgendwie will ich meinem Bro Ocelot hier keinen Schaden zufügen, ne?
See my technique? It was perfect.
Na komm.
Not bad, eh? How'd that one taste? Major, watch out!
So, Kampf vorbei. Und das komplett ohne tödliche Gewalt.
Damn it. He found us.
Stelle ich mir als sehr schlimmer Tod vor, das Ganze.
You were lucky. We'll meet again.
Ups, falscher Knopf. Weil ich könnte noch. Ich habe auch noch Bock tatsächlich. Oh, ich bin noch gesund. Ja, klar. Oh, Entschuldigung. Ist jetzt nur blöd, dass es so dunkel hier ist. Danke, danke. Hier ist jetzt so dunkel drin, dass ich nichts sehe. Aber ich weiß, was wir als nächstes tun werden. Wenn ich hier nicht schon richtig laufe direkt. Ja, das ist gut, da kann ich ja noch ein bisschen zocken. Weil ich habe jetzt hier extra gestern nicht weitergespielt, weil zweimal nacheinander oder parallel spielen ist auch irgendwie kacke. Oh, ich glaube, ich bin jetzt schon aus Versehen richtig gerannt. So, Fackel, das ist schon mal gut. Käfig voll, ja dann. So. So, Fackel. Ist die hier mit drin? Na, ich glaube, ich hätte das nicht wegdrücken dürfen. Ah, doch, hier ist er doch. Ja, jetzt sieht man mal zumindest ein bisschen hier was. Also war es doch richtig, hier erstmal hinzugehen. Einfach, dass man sich mal umgucken kann. Irgendwie habe ich Angst, von der gebissen zu werden. Ich habe Angst, unterbewusst richtig, also unbewusst richtig zu laufen. Wenn ich den Raum sehe, ich weiß, was mich dann erwartet. Und ich glaube, ich laufe sogar unterbewusst richtig. Hier gibt es auch schon so viel Loot. Und hier vorne ist der Raum, den ich meinte. Wenn ich ihn sehe, weiß ich, wo ich bin. Ups, falscher Knopf, aber das ist nicht schlecht.
Saving the game, Snake?
Ja, gucken wir mal, über welchen Film sie sich jetzt unterhalten.
Hey, Snake, you ever heard of Godzilla, King of Monsters?
No, what is it?
It's a movie. You haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's about this monster called Godzilla, who grows to an enormous size in a nuclear test and goes on a rampage in Tokyo.
Nuclear test, huh? Then the Marshall Islands must be crawling with giant monsters right about now.
It's just make-believe.
Maybe that's why my pants have been so tight lately.
Snake, it's a movie, not a report out of Los Alamos.
I know. So then what happened?
Godzilla is immune to all weapons, and humanity has no way to stop the monster. Dr. Shirazawa develops a new type of weapon, but meanwhile, Godzilla is getting closer and closer to Tokyo, obliterating everything in its path. It was originally a Japanese movie, but they made an American version, too. I recommend seeing the original Japanese one if you ever get the chance. It's mostly mindless fun, but it's also got a serious anti-nuke message as well.
Where can I see the original?
You'll just have to go to Japan.
Really? That's too bad.
Well, if you wait 40 years, you might be able to see it in America, too.
Why's that?
2004 will be Godzilla's 50th birthday.
You think they're still going to be making Godzilla movies then?
Of course! Everybody loves Godzilla.
You sure know a lot about movies.
I don't suppose you're the movie-watching type, are you?
Not really.
Okay, then I'll tell you everything I know. When the going gets tough, movies can save your life. It's always good to be able to look at things from a different perspective when you get in a jam. That's the magic of movies.
No kidding. Well, I guess it might at least make a nice distraction.
That's the spirit, Snake. Have a little fun.
Ja, das machen die bei jedem Speichern über einen anderen Film. Eigentlich wollte ich hier hin. Und mir Waffen ausrüsten, aber dann ja. Da ich ja jetzt weiß, was kommt. Oh.
I caught you at last. We are the sons of the boss. I am the pain.
The pain.
I will guide you to a world of anguish beyond your imagination. Let's get started.
Ja, das kann ein sehr nerviger Zeitgenosse sein. Und dann ist das dann jetzt die Steuerung ein bisschen kacke. Er hat nämlich Pheromone geworfen jetzt. Oh oh. Ja, wie gesagt, dieser Kampf hier kann sehr anstrengend werden. Wie kann ich ihn tauchen? Ah. Ich würde ja gerne hier hochgehen, aber das geht nicht. Probieren wir mal die hier aus. Ja, jetzt wird das ein bisschen abhängig. ja keine Waffe ausgerüstet. Ja, das ist ein krasser Zeitgenosse, das, ja. Und ich glaube, der kann mich so lange nicht treffen, solange wie ich hier bin. Ja, warte mal, hier stimmt was nicht. Quatsch. Ne, keine Ahnung. Nein, nein. Ja, ja. Trophäe erhalten, Snake Eater. Ja, die Steuerung lässt manchmal echt zu wünschen übrig. Ach, scheiße, ich hätte draußen bleiben müssen. Ja, das war's. Schmerztherapie hieß diese Trophäe. So, Thema erledigt. Ich müsste es hier oben nur noch was Schönes von dem geben, aber das sieht nicht so aus. Aber hier kann man hoch. Gehen wir mal gucken, was man hier oben findet. Ah. Uniform Schnee. Aha. Was haben wir denn hier? Ach krass, hier kam ich eben hoch. Oder? Bin mir gerade nicht mehr sicher. Nee. Oder? Doch, hier war ich doch. Nee, hier wollte ich eben nicht reinkriechen. So. Ja, dann bin ich hier rüber gerannt. Ja, ja, klar, macht Sinn. Fledermaus. Wäre nur schön, wenn Snake schneller schwimmen könnte. Mal das tauchen. Okay, da kann er es schneller. So. Dann haben wir den ersten der 5 schon gekillt. Nicht erschrecken. Jetzt habe ich so rechtzeitig gesehen. Gut, da sollte ich besser nicht runterfahren. War auch nicht. Aber wenn noch später das kommt, was ich denke, dass es noch kommt, und wenn ich es noch richtig in Erinnerung habe, dann werden wir später noch eine sehr lange Leiter hochklettern. Die Tröpfel kommen von hier. Schon lustig. Man kann hier auch komplett sich drunter durchschleichen, damit der dramatische Effekt ein bisschen größer ist. Aber warum sollte man das tun? Ja, und in so tiefem Wasser wie hier lässt es sich halt eben nicht schnell laufen. Ja, das hier ist das Remastered von 2012, so gesagt. Und das Original ist, glaube ich, von 2005 oder 6. Kriegst du ja für die PS2. Und für den 3DS. Und PS3. Eva.
Get your hands off me. I'm not going anywhere.
Really now? How many times must I tell you?
Tanya!
Each time you resist, your lover will suffer the consequences. Is that clear?
Vulcan. Damn you!
Hold it right there, traitor. Watch closely. One of these 3 guns has a single bullet in it. I'm going to pull the trigger 6 times in a row. Are you ready? Huh. Looks like your luck hasn't run out yet.
There's no such thing as luck on the battlefield. You'd better stay in line from now on. The Cobras will take care of him.
The Boss macht das gerne.
Has the CIA dog been disposed of yet?
Stimmt, ja.
The pain is dead.
What? He may be a child, but he's It's definitely one of yours. I fear Khrushchev may have a hand in this. We have no time to lose. You must eliminate him before the final test.
Don't worry. They'll be able to handle it.
So, und hier kannst du den schon töten, was später viel Zeit sparen würde.
I'm leaving him to you, the field.
The old man is always sleeping. Is he all right?
The end is saving what life he has left in him for battle. Normally, he's dead. But he'll wake up when the time is right. And when he does, it will be the end for the boy.
Hier an der Stelle kannst du The End, wie gesagt, töten und dann sparst du dir später viel Arbeit. Aber das mache ich nicht, weil ich den Kampf gegen ihn liebe. Das macht am meisten Spaß.
You can entertain me until the rain stops. Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Desaro, is that you?
Ja, jetzt wäre es zu einfach. Aber das machen wir nicht. Ach, ich will jetzt die Waffe wechseln. 5% Sichtbarkeit, das ist schon echt viel. So. Da. Guck, da fahren sie rein mit dem Rollstuhl. Da hinten. Und rein technisch gesehen hätte man ihn jetzt umbringen können. Und hätten uns wirklich eine Stunde sparen können, aber das ist nicht mein Fall. So, gucken wir mal, über welchen Film sie sich jetzt unterhalten. Du wirst den Kampf gegen The End auch lieben.
Snake, have you seen 007 from Russia with Love?
Nah, I don't like those movies. Real spies are nothing like James Bond. It's pure fantasy.
Snake, I don't think the Major's going to like you saying that.
And even though it's fiction, I can't help but comparing myself to Bond.
What exactly don't you like about James Bond? I mean, is it the fantastic gadgets? The cars? The guns?
Major.
Snake, wouldn't you like to have a gun shaped like a pen?
What good is a pen gonna do me in the jungle? I'd look like a fool.
Then what about a snake-shaped gun? You could make it look like you're grappling with a giant snake and then get a shot in on the enemy while they're distracted.
Okay, now you're being ridiculous.
We'll make you a snake-shaped gun that folds up and fits into an attaché case.
Will you give it a rest?
Oh, I get it. You're worried about how to handle the ladies, aren't you?
No.
I knew it. To tell you the truth, I don't like the idea of playing hanky-panky with enemy femme fatales either. But that's part of Bond's appeal. You could learn a thing or two from him. I mean, what about this Eva? What are you planning to do with her?
I don't even trust her yet.
No, that's not what I mean. You can't let yourself get involved. This is a game of spy versus spy. She's using you just as much as you're using her.
I realize that.
You've got to grab the initiative, and to do that, you have to get the upper hand in the relationship. Snake.
Major.
007 is the biggest thing to come out of England since the Mayflower. I wouldn't be surprised if they made 20 more of those movies.
Didn't you know? The Major is a huge James Bond fan. Don't get him worked up like this.
Worked up?
Maybe you don't realize this, but now that you've got him started talking about Bond, I'm going to have to listen to him lecture for a whole hour after he gets off the radio.
You have my sympathy.
It's too bad you can't enjoy such a great movie, though.
I guess I'm just one of those people who can't enjoy spy flicks.
So. Dann würde ich sagen, das war's dann für heute. Warte mal, wie kommt man hier eigentlich ins Hauptmenü zurück? Ja. Ja gut, ne, keine Ahnung. Ja, dir auch. Ich gehe jetzt noch in die Falle. Und vielen Dank fürs Zusehen. Und ich habe keine Ahnung, wie man das Spiel hier gerade beendet. Hier rüber? Ah. Gutes Nächtle und Dankeschön. Bis dann. Ciao, ciao zusammen.